The next step for us is to look at the actual over-allocations and decide on the best strategy for eliminating them. To know specifically when a resource is over-allocated, use the Resource Usage view. This shows us the sum of the resource's work assignments during each period marked off the time scale. Resource names displayed in red are those that have been over-allocated at some time during the project. The over-allocated time will also be displayed in red. This allows us to see what resources we need to increase or decrease, and what time periods we need to have resources work few hours. We can also use the resource graph to view over-allocations. Click on the View menu and choose Resource Graph. The resource graph shows not only the allocation of the resource per period, but also the maximum number of units available, and what part of the total allocation is over the limit. The problem with the distribution staff is there are 15 units, but only one is being used. The blue bar indicates the unit being used, the red the over-allocation. We can resolve conflicts for over-allocations in several ways. Some of these are hire more resources, because with more resources, more work can be accomplished. Schedule overtime. Overtime hours get the work done, but it does cost more. Or redefine the resource calendar and add more hours to the work week. Look for other resources that can do the work and are idle at the time of the over-allocation. For example, the distribution staff is idle at the time the newsletter is being typed. If they can type, they can be recruited to help type the newsletter. Another way to resolve conflicts is to delay some tasks to make it possible for the resource to do all the work assigned. This strategy is called leveling. However, it is important to remember that if critical tasks are delayed, our project finish date will also be delayed. Delaying a task until the resource has time to do it is the simplest way to resolve resource over-allocations. Project 98 can automatically resolve resource over-allocations, but it cannot consider such items as budget limitations, time constraints, and resource availability. These are known by the project's personnel, or real people. For this reason, personnel, rather than Project 98, should resolve resource over-allocations. Delaying a task on the critical path can also delay the rest of the project. Therefore, it is better to delay non-critical rather than critical tasks. We need to return to the resource usage screen to determine which non-critical task we can delay. Click on Production Manager and scroll to the week of November 29. The red numbers indicate the resources over-allocated. The two tasks causing the over-allocation are Decide First Issue's theme and Design the cover. We realize we can't work on other project tasks until we decide on a theme, but we can wait to design the cover. So we decide that Design the cover is a non-critical task. Project 98 cannot make this type of judgment call. Now let's return to the Gantt chart to ascertain that Design the cover is non-critical. If we look at the week of November 29, we see that Decide First Issue's theme and Design the cover begin the same day. If we delay Design the cover 2 days, we can resolve the over-allocation. In the Task Name field, select Design the cover and click the Task Information button, which is ninth from the left on the standard formatting toolbar. Then click on the Predecessor tab because we have to let Project 98 know that Decide First Issue's theme needs to precede Design the cover. Highlight the Lag cell, type 2D for 2 days, and click OK. This will delay the task Design the cover for 2 days. As the screen returns to the Gantt chart, we can see the non-critical task move forward 2 days, and the over-allocation is resolved. Let's review what we covered in this chapter. We learned to apply filters to pull specific information from our project and establish the existence of over-allocations. We also learned how to correct these over-allocations.